This is probably the best PvP multi-class build you can make for most situations in Rune Slayer that you could ever encounter. Probably one of the easiest ones to make too. This build is hyper min-max as much as it can be, and I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this one. There also comes a lot of tech with this build too, meaning you guys have to watch the video so you guys can pick up on some of the things that you can really excel at on this build. Now, if you want quick access to the build, I recommend you guys join the Discord server as all my builds get posted here for reference. You'll need to verify yourself by subscribing to the channel if you haven't already done so. Now, let's get into it. I highly recommend you go Elf starting off with this PvP build, but if not, you're really welcome to choose any other race. Only reason why you want Elf here is for the cooldown reduction. It's really nice when paired out with Ninja. Also, this build can be used for PvE too, so if you want to use this build for PvE, you're welcome to do so. You're able to dish out some crazy damage numbers as well. But yes, this build can also be used as a PvE slot too, as you end up just bursting down mobs pretty quickly. For higher tier bosses, I recommend you equip something like a DOT dagger, so anything that does damage over time will be really good with this ninja build if you're planning to use it for PvP. Starting off though with the progression, if you're going to make this for a PvP build, you need to select Thief first. Remember guys, selecting your multi-class has some hidden stats in the background, so you want to select Thief first and you want to get it to level 10. The moment you hit level 10, you must select the multi-class option and select Archer, right? So as soon as you hit level 10, you're going to get access to multi-classing and you're going to pick up Archer. So you're going to be level 10 Thief and then you're going to be level 1 Archer. That's what you want to do. Now, picking up Archer is actually really crucial, as it allows you to pretty much range your opponents with ease, making PvP kind of like super easy. If you pair the bow's range with this tech I will be showing you later down in the video, you're gonna understand why we are going Archer with Ninja. All right, so now that you guys are level 10, you have Thief and you have your Archer, you're going to be progging Thief as normal. You're honestly welcome to select any skills you feel that you're comfortable with while progging, but in the end game, you are going to want to select the specific skills that I will show at the end of the video. Next, you'll be leveling up Thief until you get your subclass, right? So you're gonna level up Thief until you hit level 30 on your Thief, and then you subclass into Ninja. The main reasoning behind this is because you want Shukuchi. Shukuchi is a TP dash. This TP dash will be making PvPing super easy, as you'll be able to get away from attacks easily and space your opponents or apply crazy pressure with your dagger. So now at this point, you are probably level 30 Thief and you're a level 1 Archer. For the rest of your progression, you are going to progress your Archer and you're going to notice you will be getting the rest of your Ninja skills along with it. As soon as you hit level 30, you end up getting Rend and Rising Fang. As you progress, you're going to get your other passives as well on Ninja. Shukuchi. The only thing you miss out on is the level 40 Thief skill exclusive, which is Ambush and Deathmark, which honestly, Ambush and Deathmark are not as good as you guys think. It is purely a PvE oriented skill. You will not be landing this in PvP 90% of the time unless you're dash casting, and not many people know how to dash cast to begin with. So, but yes, you will not need this on your build at all, because you're going to be substituting it by using a bow, granting you some crazy range, unpredictable hits, and a nice crit from far. But yeah, you guys do not need Ambush and Deathmark. You will not need this at all on this build. It is that crazy. Now, the final level loadout should be level 30 Thief with Ninja subclass, then a level 10 Archer as a multi-class, bringing you up to level 40. Thus completing the build. Now, I'm going to flash exactly what I'm using on the screen here, explaining the reasoning behind everything that is slotted. Now, you want to pick up Focus Training 1, 2, and 3. The reasoning behind this is because all CDs on Ninja get refreshed instantly, so you really want the focus to, you know, stay high at all times. But yeah, you really want high focus regen to really put pressure on your opponent on this build, so you're able to just spam skills on repeat, because assuming if you're landing all the skills, you're going to want focus to come back really quickly. Next, you need to grab Momentum Builder. This is essentially going to increase your damage as you deal damage. So this is a no-brainer. You have to pick this up. Literally anytime you're doing damage, you're going to get more damage out of it. Now, it should be obvious, since this is a ninja build, you want to pick up Rising Fang and Ren, as these are your main skills. You also want Shukuchi, which allows you to TP while M1ing with your bow or your dagger or your crit. You can literally do anything with Shukuchi. Next, you want Savage Battle Aura. The reasoning behind Savage Battle Aura is because you'll only pop it when you know you're going to land a crazy combo. And trust me, you'll know when you're going to land that crazy combo. It's literally not hard to do. Next up, you want Dagger Mastery to really maximize your damage on your dagger. Then you want Backstabber. There's a specific combo you're going to do with this actually that enables this passive for some huge juicy damage. Next up, you want Shuriken Barrage, which allows you to throw out shurikens to build up Momentum Builder really fast. Now, you can actually use Shuriken Barrage with your dagger or your bow. So if you're using your bow, at least you have an additional skill to throw out as an evasive. Piercing Thrust is the next skill you're going to grab here, and it's a great tool to gap close. Also, do some really good damage or build up some status effect procs like Ragnarok's Roar, Arachnid's Bites, Poison Puddle, Poison Dagger's DOT, or just anything of the sorts really. For your final skill, you really want to pick up Triple Shot. The amount of times I've landed this skill because someone did not know I had access to Triple Shot is fucking hilarious. And yo, Triple Shot is not a joke either. It does 55 damage per fucking hit. 3 arrows, 55 damage each. That's 100 and like, I don't know, it's like 180 or something like that, right? 3 times 5, 15, 3 times 50, 150. What is it, like 165 damage? Yeah, that's huge, bro. But yes, Triple Shot is unironically probably the best archer skill there is right now. It just does so much. The final skill, which is pretty good in ganks or in situations where you think you might lose a fight and die, is Dustwalk. Dustwalk is a elf exclusive. This is why I'm telling you to pick up elf. You can just pop this to leave combat, go heal, drink a potion, do anything, just run away. I really use it though because honestly, I don't be losing on this build. So unless you're getting ganked, you do not need to pop Dustwalk. Now let's go over the gear. You either want faction gear or Elder Tree set. Now, both these sets are kind of hard to obtain. These are endgame gear, but obviously since they're endgame, it's going to be harder to obtain. So yes, you want either the faction gear set or you want the Elder Tree set. Those are 2 options here. For rings, I found that running Vampiric Ring is really good when paired up with the bow. You heal like 10 HP per crit, so it's really nice. Also, if you're using one of the endgame daggers, you have a 2-hit crit, which heals you 2 times in a row for 6 HP. Also really good. It's just overall nice sustain to have, so I recommend using Vampiric. Now, the next ring you want to run is the Focus Ring. This is a must. You need your focus regeneration. So when paired up with Focus Ring and your 3 focus trainings, your focus regeneration is so fast, you can apply some crazy pressure with your skills if you're always landing them. Next up, you want the Primordial Ring so that you get more damage when you're low hunger. Now, you just want to play sub 50% hunger if you really want to maximize your damage here. So yes, run Primordial Ring. It's a decent ring to run if you just want to dish out some crazy damage. And last but not least, you want the Piercing Band so that you can deal more damage to tankier targets. So yes, if you're finding something like a warrior and you know they have 1k plus armor, hey, you're gonna need this Piercing Band so you actually deal more damage to them. Now for weapons of choice, I highly recommend you pick up Ragnarok, as whenever you land any sort of crit, you will yell out that roar, which slows down any targets that are near you. And if you can afford it, this is a little more on the expensive side. If you can afford it, pick up the dual wield book so you can actually run the Ragnarok with a different dagger as well. It can be any dagger of your choice. I personally recommend something like Arachnid's Bite, or you could actually run something like the Serpent Dagger. Or if you really wanted to and you don't have access to Primordial Ring, you can run the Dire Bear Ruin Dagger, and then use something else to substitute the Primordial Ring. Or if you really want to and you just want to run a single dagger, you can just use the Thief Sash. Thief Sash is alright. It's nothing crazy, but it is useful. Now for your bow, you have 3 options to be real with you. You either have the Trotus bow, which has piercing. It is the worst of the 3 that I'm going to suggest, but the easiest to get because it does have piercing and it's pretty good. Now the other bow you can run is the Arachnid bow. The Arachnid bow is pretty good too. Whenever you land a crit, sometimes you have a chance to proc an effect where it shoots out little web shots, right, that do extra damage and also apply hit stun. And the third bow, which recently just dropped, is the Vermilion bow, which releases fire whenever you land a crit, which is also pretty good. The way you get these is by farming the birds inside the swamp. So yeah, have fun doing that. You also want to end up getting a Ruby Lantern for bonus damage, but yeah, honestly, I was just too lazy to make one myself. Even though I have the mats for it in my bank, it's just, I don't want to get into it. Now we're in the segment of the video where I'm going to teach you some tech. Now, first off, with Ninja, you can do something called shoe dashing. Shoe dashing is pretty much the action of pressing Q and M1 at the same time, right? So you can dash and M1 at the same time, causing them to like kind of take your shot, go away right away. Now, if you play Deepwoken, you probably know what this is. This is like another version of roll casting, but on Ninja, you can actually do this with only Shikuchi dash, right? So I just had to call it shoe dash. Now, shoe dashing is actually really important here because you can actually shoe dash literally everything in the game. Anything that a thief can use, at least. So you want to end up using shoe dash to shoe dash literally all your skills as much as possible. It's literally free. So if your shoe dash is off cooldown, you might as well use a skill along with it. For example, you can shoe dash Piercing Thrust to get in their face right away, get some damage. Or you can do something like this where you shoe dash behind them and cast a skill in order to get some backstab damage, which, you know, takes a little higher level of thinking, but hey, it is still kind of free though. All right, now let's get into some combos you guys can do. This is probably going to be your strongest damaging combo right here. You want to jump, cast Rising Fang because you will be going downwards. Then you'll be set up to be behind their back, and then you cast Rend, so you get that spinning damage on their back. Now, because you're doing the spin attack on their back, you're actually going to get some attack damage boost from the backstabber passive and do some crazy damage on that spin. Now, if you're able to do this with like max momentum and you do something in pop like Savage Battle Aura, you would do a lot of damage in just one little combo, something around like 200 to 300 DPS. The next combo is kind of funny and fun to do if you played Marvel Rivals. You know exactly what I'm going to tell you guys to do. You're gonna unironically juggle people with Ren. It's like playing Black Panther and Marvel Rivals. You'll be able to dash forward, dash back, dash forward, dash back. As long as you're landing Ren, you can do this an infinite amount of times. Next combo, similar to the Ren spam, is Rising Fang spam. Now, what you do is you just spam Rising Fang on repeat just like Ren, but instead of knocking them up, you're bringing them up with you and they're falling, and you can do this on repeat. Now, if you're able to time it right, you're actually able to do Rising Fang upwards, and while they're falling, you can actually do another Rising Fang downwards, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, it's really good to do this because it disorientates your enemies and they don't know what the hell is really going on or what to do when you're doing bullshit like this. Now, the last combo you guys want to learn is the Rising Fang into Ren combo. This is your bread and butter. You just can't fail with this combo, honestly. You land one and you land the other. It's literally built into the kit for a reason, so definitely use this combo a lot. You can actually do this combo twice, right? You know, Rising Fang upwards, cast Ren, do the spin. As they're falling, Rising Fang again, do Ren again. And you can actually get this combo off twice on this build because you have those focus rings equipped and focus training 1, 2, and 3. So yes, you want to definitely use this to the best of your ability. That pretty much wraps up this build for today. If you guys want this build, again, you guys have to join the Discord server, subscribe to the channel to get access to the channels, to really see this build and the reference I'm going to post up for you guys. So yes, sub to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe, and peace. Take care. Love y'all.